We're going to go ahead and kick this discussion off. Do feel free if you decide you want to jump up after hearing a couple people go. We do have 2 boxes still available. But we are going to go ahead and just take a moment and acknowledge that we are all here as a part of this community, growing and thriving and evolving together. We are all divine reflections of the Creator. We are all equal. We are all peers. We come from a place of love and expansion. Tonight we're going to start off with this topic of layers of existence. And what I'd first like to go around the table and have each of you answer is, what first pops into your head when you hear that sentence, the layers of existence? If you would please start us off tonight, Chris.
The first thing that I think of is honestly the all, which is the existence of everything and how we perceive it as layers within that, from the micro to the macro, from dimension to dimension. So just it's all perceived in what we can call different layers of life and different layers of the existence of everything. So that's kind of my first thought and perception of it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. All right. Rupanis, could you please answer that question as well?
You know, even though I appreciate the information, I think I need to hear maybe I need to hear it again, because I don't. Can you reframe the question, please? If you don't mind.
So I will restate the question, but to refrain it would create a different implication of what I'm asking.
Okay.
So I can restate it.
Restate it, yes, please.
What did you first think of when you heard the words together, the sentence, the layers of existence?
Yeah. It's okay. I thought of wow, that is so weird. Okay, if you look at my picture, it's the flower of life, right? It's just like it's an information compiled upon itself, layers upon layers upon layers upon layers. But it goes way more into that. It's just, it's very, this is already known information. I'm not sure why I'm stumbling off this. Either way, that's what I thought. Layers upon layers of information, dimensions upon dimensions, laying onto each other to create our own reality.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Edio. Bam. Same question to you.
It's like a parfait, right? It's like a parfait.
It's like an onion, it's layers. I went right with dimension, first instinct, just because of our timelines right now. And your unconscious and your conscious, your id, your ego, your superego. These layers, then once one or two thoughts, it's all layers on layers, and there's layers in the layers, there's layers outside the layers. How unique. Now, to say that sounds pretty like, layers are just layers, and the uniqueness of a layer is a universe in itself. So to label layers as just other layers, is it fair to label layers as layers? I don't think so, because they're so specific, but they all fall under, to say like the next dimension is even a dimension, to use the phrase dimensions, like, oh yeah, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension. At that point, is the word dimension even relative to the term dimension? How would I know? But it's like a parfait. Anyone like the Shrek reference, right? It's hard to hear the audience on when you're talking
Yeah,
by yourself,
we
but
love it.
thanks. Much
We
love.
love
And
it, Eddie.
yeah, well, I got you here. So Beth, what's up, Beth? What's up, Cassie? What's up, Vinny? What's up, Bren? What's up, Chris? What's up, Rubes? What's up, Ash? What's up, the other people? What's up, Cosmic in the comment? Much love to you all, and thanks for the space.
That was Eddie O, guys. He is awesome. And the last three that talked, they are all co-hosts on this channel as well. Founders, they do what they want as they want, because that's the whole point in it, is we don't ask anybody to do anything more than what they're able to do. But we come together for you guys on Sunday nights and we have these discussions, and I'm so grateful for everyone's time and energy and everything that you're bringing to this table. Now, next up is Vinny the Oracle. This is my first time on a panel, Vinny, that I can recall. So good to meet you. Nice to have you up here. And same question to you.
Likewise, meeting you. So same question. So kind of building off what Eddie said, right? So instead of calling it layers, why don't we call it spiritual perspectives, right? So if you think about it, what came to mind was like the different layers of existence, right? So you have your human layer existence, then you have your spiritual layer existence, and you have your higher self or existence. And you kind of got to balance those three layers together. But then you can think of layers as in like, you have your body, and then you can go down to cellular layers. That's why I'm saying it's more like a perspective. It's where you have your eye focused at that moment. That's what layer or whatever perspective you're on.
That's epic, Vinny. I appreciate you bringing that. That's a really fun way of training your focus. What you just described there is an amazing focus training. So I appreciate you bringing that to the table. All right, Miss Cassie. What did you think when you heard the words, the layers of existence?
It's funny, I actually saw the flyer for tonight's live like probably 5 minutes before I got the invite, and I was like, how funny, because I was actually thinking about that very thing. But the first thing I thought of, Eddie already took it, but it was the onions and Shrek was the first, was where my brain went first. But then, like, as I thought about it, like, it always goes back to music for me, but I thought of the White Stripes video. I don't know what I'm talking about, where like the red and white like goes, or the triangle or whatever goes over and over, and it's like moving. That's what I thought about, because to me, there's so many layers, and every time you get to the next one, there's still another one that to find, or like everything's in motion. It feels like it's almost like never-ending layers, because it just continues over and over and over, which also reminds me of a Pink Floyd video. In hindsight. But that's what it's like to me, like a never-ending song, or like a never-ending Pink Floyd video. That's what I thought of, was just how it just goes on. Because like even whenever we do like the layers, right, of Like when we're like the Shrek reference, when we're peeling back the layers of us to find more of us. Like it doesn't matter how many layers we peel back, like there's still more. There's always more to find. So that's kind of how I thought of it, which intrigued me. So I was excited about coming to tonight's live to see what everybody else thought about it too. See if we can uncover some more layers.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Cassie. That's epic. Thank you so much for being with us here tonight and bringing that to the table. We appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Oh my God, Beth. Are you here, Beth? Beth.
Yeah.
Beth, hi. Oh my God, it's you. Oh my God.
I love you.
I love you too.
The first thing I thought of when you said that, I thought of the fractalization. Actually, my brain went first to the rings of a tree. Then it went kind of to like a beach, and then it kind of went to the universe. So, yeah, there's a lot of layering and there's a lot of fractalization, but in reality, there's not. It's all one thing. We just, as he said, perceive it different and in an adjusted lens. So, that's what I see.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Beth. And thank you for
I
being
love
here.
you, y'all.
We love you too. You know it. All right. Bryn, welcome up. Welcome in. And last but surely not least, we would love to hear the answer to the question. What did you first think when you heard the words, the layers of existence?
For me, I heard, well, best put it because I use primarily Vedic astrology, and the first thing that came to mind was how there's so many layers upon layers of how Vedic astrology is able to be read and looked at. Like, for example, first you have the zodiac signs, the foundations for all the grahas or the planets to stand on. Then from there, you then have the nakshatras, which are the roots of the foundation where the planets stand on. Then from there, there's even beyond the nakshatras, the padas, which is even a deeper layer upon the foundation that the grahas stand on. And all the specific placements, they go so deep to that level, thus showing how deep a placement can be. And on top of that, it doesn't even just stop at the D1 natal chart. It even goes beyond that when you go into the Vardaka charts, which is the divisional charts. And that narrows down specific parts of somebody's life, like the D16, which is the chart to look at to see what vehicle is best for you. The D30 chart, which shows your afflictions and what challenges you face. And it also shows how, depending on if it's a man or a woman, if it's a man's chart, it actually shows how he treats a woman. And if it's a woman's chart, it actually shows the gifts that she's been blessed by the divine to give to the world. So you can see just how deep Vedic astrology can get. And that's the first thing I thought of.
That's epic. Appreciate the perspective of it because charts really help those that are visual, and I'm an extreme visual person myself. I would say that my most advanced gifts are that of the sight. So in that context, I have the large admiration and respect for those that study in the different chart systems that exist out there, because there are some brilliant ones and they all help us understand the layers of us. Since we don't have that last box filled, I'll go ahead and utilize the moment to share my own perspective when I first was thinking about it. And I thought of the title of the live. I actually did a really just old-fashioned zoom out. So the first thing I seen was mankind, people here. I mean, down to the detail of the sweat on their skins and the pores. And I went out and expanded my vision throughout all of existence. And I noticed that the layers exist whether we want to accept that or not. They do, and they are the all. So to me, I wanted to expand with all of you, the community, in what ways we could best honor the truth of it, that all of it is the divine. So in what ways could you see us as mankind, as people, being able to honor and accept and respect that the layers exist as the all exists, because it is the all. So think on that one. Chris, of course, is in the hot seat and is going to be the first one up. Yeah. I would love to hear from all of you on this topic.
I'll go ahead and start. I think that the best thing for me would be just seeing the reflection of the all within myself. So seeing the layers of my own consciousness, and accepting that the all is going to have the layers of consciousness that we can perceive as dimensions. And, having acceptance of the all through every vast and level of that, I think needs to be a reflection on me accepting all of that within myself as well. So once I can reflect on myself on not just all my positive aspects, but what I consider negative aspects as well, then that means that will reflect into the all. So that's kind of my take on that.
That's epic, bro. I appreciate you bringing that. I'm processing as we go and absorbing this information. So there will be those moments of just acceptance of what is said. I want you all to understand that I value every single one of you and everything that you're bringing to the table and everything that you have to say. So thank you. Robanus, you're next.
My thought about what was said is it just reminds me of the different layers of existence that we have to deal with, that we have to exist in. The reason why we're here in the first place is to learn, but also is to connect and to really understand what it means to connect again. From the source to your higher self, to your inner self, and then out to everyone else. And then it loops back again. That in itself to me allows me to reflect on what it is to be here in this 3D reality, this rendition of reality and how I perceive it. You know, there's going to be layers. There's going to be people who can do things, who have abilities, and there's people who want to understand this reality more than you, or not more than you, another way, a different way. The perception is to be different than yours. And whether it's higher or lower, it's no consequence, truthfully, to me. It's just being able to accept the information that's been given to you, that you've been involved with, and learn from that and continue from there.
Yep. You caught me trying to get a picture to reflect. So, in this picture, what's higher, what's lower? We don't really know. We know what's energy. We know where energy is more concentrated. We know at least light energy, right? You start breaking down the layers of it, you realize that it is what it is. There's just distinguishable difference between the forms, so that way you can visualize it. Continuing. Now catch me for a moment. You remember, co-host, if I do that thing where we're like, you know, in the backstage moment, you got to remind me that we're live, because I'll ramble. Eddie.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'm sorry.
Where is my latte? What? Oh, I'm sorry. You guys ready?
Right?
Hi. Well, all right. Let me try and get this straight then. As individuals in society, and these layers and layers upon us, these layers, how do we integrate as individuals in a reality of realization of all these layers of layers? All these layers of layers are fabric. They're fabric upon fabric, layer of fabric upon the fabric of reality. Me, as an individual, what can I do? My responsibility now, I identify as thread. I am thread. I am thread between these fabrics. I decide where and when I will create a stitch. I will learn how to stitch for a stitch that holds, in a relationship that holds. I will travel. I will decide on these dungarees. I'm going to be that golden thread where these create pockets, create existence, create realities out of these layers of fabric through my stitching in relationships, being thread. Now, instead of Ed, you guys can call me Threadio, and that'll be my integrational point. And on that coy little note, I will land my plane. Vinny, what's up, bro? Oh yes, that was that good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, that came to me. I'm like, that sounds right, man. Fabrics and thread and yeah, you know, and
Yo, I
how far
didn't
can we
even want
really
to
go?
unmute.
But I don't
Love
even
you.
know how to
Hey,
say
I
anything.
love it,
I love you,
Threadio.
Threadio. Yeah, I love you, Threadio.
Yeah, you guys make it real. We're all thread, so how do we take care of our thread? How many metaphors in thread can we do? Probably a lot.
Well, we can focus into the eye of the needle, right? Our divine path. We are the thread going into the eye of the needle,
Oh, I
sewing
like
the
it.
fabric
Yep.
of existence.
We can spool our resources. Oh,
We can weave the dreams of our future together.
nice. T-shirts, bumper stickers left and right. I'm afraid not. No, that's not the right one.
Take it away, Vinny. It's your
Vinny.
turn.
Thank you, Vinny. Nice to see you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and nice to see you as always, Eddie. So I take a little bit more of a simpler approach to this. So if we're all reflections of each other, right? I'm a reflection of you, and you're a reflection of me. There is no you without me, and there is no me without you. So if I recognize myself as connected to source or this divine being, then everything I see, I have to treat them as their source as well. Because in order to recognize the divinity in me, I have to recognize the divinity in everything around me and treat it as such. And that's all I have to say.
Right on, right on. That's one of the things that most who know me know, that I kind of get on that soapbox too, man. So I don't mind scooting over, making room for you, because I appreciate you being up here with me, man. I appreciate the fact that you are every bit as much a divine fractal of the Creator as I am, and that we are all equals, we are all peers, we are all here having this experience together, doing the best that we can to grow the amazing little starflake of potentia energy that we are, to ascend to greater energy channels and currents and movement. So I am grateful that you bring that to the table, man. All right, Miss Cassie. You remember where we're at?
Kind of. I'm getting there.
All right.
I like how you put that. Because I always think of, like, you know how, like, when you get the glue, like when you put a puzzle together and then you get the glue, right, and put it on there so you can hang it up and keep the picture. Like only a savage would tear it back apart. Which never made sense to me. But anyway, that's not the point. But we're all the puzzle piece, but like the whole tapestry can't be done without one of our pieces, all right? Like we all have to be there. Like we're all part of it. That's why we're all here together, doing it together. So, like I firmly believe that people that we're drawn to places with are people that
we're losing you, Cassie.
So there's
You're
oh no.
yeah,
Because
your
I'm in the
signal,
country.
maybe. Go back towards the Wi-Fi.
Hold on. I was like, hold on, it'll come back. I'm in the country. It does that sometimes. Is it better now?
You're good, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, or I was saying that I feel like everyone that we meet on our path and everyone that we take this journey with and that we're with when we take the journey are all people that we plan to, you know. It's all part of our family. It's all, everything happens for a reason type stuff. But I think the reason a lot of times is because that's what we chose before we even got here, because we're all a part of the same thing. And I love that we have this like group of all of us that feel that way, because out in the normal world, people think I'm crazy for the way that I think. And I'm like, because there's so much stuff that people let bother them in this world. And I'm just, I have a hard time understanding it, because so much of it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But I've always been like a in the grand scheme of things kind of person. And like we couldn't, I don't know, this journey wouldn't be the same without you guys. And it wouldn't be the same without any of us.
Cassie, would you honor me to hear a alternative perspective of the puzzle theory that
Yeah.
I accept yours? Just this is my alternative version of it. To me, you
Awesome.
are your own puzzle. You have everything you need inside of you. Every piece, everything you need is already inside of you. It's just we're all putting our puzzles together, and we get to have this experience together and share information in that way of, hey, this is kind of, I'm not saying this is right for you, but this is how I did it. This is how I got where I'm at and what I've been through. And this is what I've seen and what I've experienced. So to me, it's more of, we all are already complete and whole and have everything we need. We're just helping each other figure out how to put it back together.
I like that. I guess in my puzzle theory, I was thinking of it kind of like in the sense that like the all, like we are part of the all, but the all is the one and the one is the all. But yeah, our own puzzles, that makes more sense because, man, all the layers. We'd have to be our own puzzle, wouldn't we?
And in the same context, we all are the one. So that's the beauty of it. Thank you so much, though, for listening to my alternative theory on it.
I appreciate it because now I have a whole like Pink Floyd style like melding of your idea and my idea going on in my head right now, and it's very interesting. So I appreciate you offering me that. It's crazy when that happens. Oh, okay. And with that, my plane has landed. Thank you.
All right. Oh man, Beth.
Yes, ma'am.
You're amazing, Beth. You really are.
We all are amazing because it takes all of us. I mean, that's what y'all talking about the collective glue and what holds reality, the fractalization together. When you say that, I think of water. I think of the ocean. I think of the beach. The beach wouldn't be there if every little grain of sand was not there to make it a whole. The water wouldn't, be an ocean if it wasn't for every little drop. And in that fractalization and that layering, when it comes together as one, the bigger whole, it's kind of where we're going, isn't it? We're coming together as one in some perspectives. I kind of lost the question though because y'all got talking. So I might be off subject. I'm sorry.
To paraphrase the question, because I did one of those long, phrase questions. So to paraphrase it for you, the general question was, what advice do you give to people to help them through accepting that the layers are the all and the all is one and it all is together?
Accept yourself. Because once you can accept yourself and you can know thyself in a manner of this moment, then the layering or the fractalization kind of comes together. And it only happens in moments because that's really all we have. We don't have the past, we don't have the future. So in moments we come together and behold in nature, behold in consciousness, and have that balance with ourselves. So we just have to be. Stop worrying about everything else. Stop worrying about what people say, stop worrying about what people think. It's not about them. In reality, it's about you. Once you come to that and put in yourself, everything else is kind of crazy.
That is so beautiful, Miss Beth. Thank you so much.
Man, that was so rough, ma'am. I love you, but that was rough.
And beauty is all in the eye of the beholder. I am an artist. I love authenticity, and to me it was beautiful. So, touche.
I accept it.
All right. There we go. All right, Bryn. Question is to you, if you would please.
I would have to say the best advice I could say would be to never forget it. Because once you forget something, it's gone. So always remember that it exists, and if you remember it exists, it's always there. And if it's in your awareness, that's all that really matters. Because having that awareness at your level will always make it be known to you.
We appreciate you so much for bringing that. Uh-oh. I live in the South. Sorry, I'm sitting outside.
I got the same problem.
In this moment of interlude, I'm going to pitch it over to Crystal Chris so he can advertise for us, if you would, please, bro.
Okay. I guess she's having technical difficulties at the moment, but yeah, we're going to be doing this every Sunday. It'll be different hosts, just spiritual discussions, and it's a safe place to be able to talk about your experiences. And just saw Innovision came in. Hi, Innovision. What's up, Ray? So we noticed that there wasn't really any slots open on Sundays, so it'd be a good spot for everybody just to be able to come together and have good discussions. So that's what we're doing. How long do you need, Ash? Because Eddie can talk for hours. I'm just saying.
That's good. Well, hey, I do want to go ahead while we're at this interlude and actually offer the moment for anyone else who would like to advertise to the community. I'm sorry. Please, if you have a regular live schedule, anything that you're doing that you're a part of the community and bringing to the community, go around the table, take your turn, and advertise it, please.
Eddie's got some things going on if he wants to do
Yeah,
some
I'm
shout outs.
working with Shauna here in the New Earth Channel 444. I do a spiritual trivia game show on 8 p.m. EST Friday nights. Are you smart on Fifth Dimensioner? There is a spiritual speed dating show. There's a morning show every morning. There are other interviews and workshops coming up. In my link tree in my bio, you can find connections to New Earth Channel 444. And Shauna putting a lot of effort into that. And follow me personally on YouTube and TikTok and Groovy Tuesdays. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity to promote.
Heck yeah, bro. That's what we're all about here. Loving and growing and learning. Vinny.
I'm sorry, what was the topic? I kind of was listening and I trailed off.
I'm just offering everybody on the panel an opportunity, if you have a regular live schedule here on TikTok that you're part of the community with, to go ahead and promote. Okay,
Not at the
okay.
moment.
All right, no problem. Cassie? I'm gonna take the...
Well, I don't go live regularly, but I have a lot of my friends do, and I hang out with all of them or in their lives. I get pressured a little bit to start a podcast and to go live more often and to promote myself more often and things, and I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
Yeah, no, there's no pressure here. This is just
Working on
opportunity. Yeah, there's no pressure, just opportunity.
Yeah, nothing solid at the moment, but I'm around and I'm gonna figure it out.
Exactly. I don't Beth, do you have anything going on right now on your schedule?
Tuesdays I go live with South at 10 a.m. Central. I think
All
it's
right.
Central. It's
All
Central,
right.
yeah.
Hey, we appreciate that, and I will do my best to be there and show support, Beth, because I know that when I say this, I'm speaking for the community. We appreciate you. You've been around as long as the rest of us, and you always do your best to show love and support for us, so it's highly appreciated.
Y'all are making me blush tonight. Good Lord, Arash. I'm a Pisces.
Hey, I mean, that's your shadow work, not mine. I don't know what that is. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think I want to work it. I'm going to let it be.
Alright. Oh, I love you, Beth. Alright, Bryn, do you have a regular life schedule?
I have not worked that out yet, but I do provide astrology readings and specific, like if you're trying to figure out, for an example, how you're going to meet your significant other, what is your main planets that you need to be focusing on, and other little, like short little one answer to like specific questions on like if you're trying to attract something. I provide readings like that. But for a life
Okay, Bryn.
schedule,
How would one go about reaching out to you then to receive one of those readings?
well, simply just go to the link in the bio, or you can actually message me. And everything that I do is on the link in bio page. And I'm planning on adding a course that I've been working on and trying to get all the kinks out of it regarding how to really incorporate the Black Moon Lilith placement and how to use that to one's advantage.
That's epic. We appreciate that. Alright, guys, I do want to take this opportunity before we start the next round to invite up any of the other co-hosts that would like to join or any of our friends. We do have an open box available, so there we go. Let's go ahead and get this filled now. Accept up. And it is our dear friend AT. And AT, since you're coming in at this point, would you mind going ahead and just telling people your life schedule that you got going on?
Hi, Ash. Hey, Chris. Everyone. Everyone in the comments. If I missed anyone, hello, hello. I've been catching up on some sleep this weekend, so bear with me. I'm literally, I just woke up from a 3-hour nap. I'm finding I've hit a wall, but yeah, I go live Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern. Most of you know that. This week, I'm only going Monday, Friday. Next week, I'm only going Monday, and then I'll be back to a regular schedule. So for my live tomorrow night, I'm turning the tables. I'm allowing people to interview me one-on-one, 20-minute time slots. I'm going to take up to 12 guests, and I'm hoping a lot of people here will take that challenge and come up there.
I would be honored if you reserved me a seat, my friend.
Yeah, done, Ash. Absolutely. And thank you for having me up here.
Heck yeah, we always appreciate having you up here with us. All right, guys. Well, welcome in, welcome up. Oh, Chris. Oh my gosh, do it.
That's fine. My wife and I, we sell crystals, so I do have a link in my bio to our website. There are crystals from all over the world, and we, usually once a month we get pretty good new stock in, which makes new stuff available in the wintertime. Once all of our shows are over with, I'm gonna start going live, so they'll actually be available on live. Once that happens, I'll I'll do some promotions and, you know, allow everybody to know time slots and when it'll be available. Because we do really try to make it affordable to collect. It can get really expensive, so we have to be really patient on our stock that comes in, because it takes a long time, just because it's usually coming from the sources, which allows us to reflect that to our customers, which helps out tremendously. But regardless, that's enough about that. Thank you.
No, but I appreciate you, and I want to speak personally, firsthand. I have a very biased opinion. This is my bestie, and I have the honor of living in the same areas, so somewhat. So the crystals that are around here are beautiful. Of course, I love them. I am biased. But even better is I have received my own merchandise from them, and holy Toledo Batman, when I say it came to me just the most beautiful energy, and the way it was charged and just ready to accept my intent, like it was soft butter. It was just, yeah. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So continuing forward, I was about to pull the same thing and not advertise, but I will remember to do that this time. I'm running lives from on Monday, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so 4 days a week. You can catch me from noon to 2 Central Standard Time. I'll be doing basic oracle, collectives, intuition training, spiritual conversation. If you would like to get a reading from me, you can. But that is my current schedule on that. And of course, we have our Sunday evenings here. And I am looking forward to the following week. All right. Going into our next round, guys. I kind of want to take this to a level of a little more personal. Okay, so I want to know, for you, what is the most astounding experience that you have had in reference to the layers of existence? That moment that has you fueled to even be here in this community in the first place. What is that click for you? And it could be anything, really. Chris, if you would please.
Okay. I mean, I've had a few, but I mean, I would say like the most intense would be NDEs that I've had, you know, as a young adult and as a teenager, but those were the most impactful, but the most influential, I would say, was through astral projection and understanding that we are, you know, having the realization that we really are all just connected in fractals, and just here to have this experience, and a beautiful one at that, once it's perceived that way. And that's kind of where I'm at with that. It was some of it was clicking through just multiple things of observation. So whether it's observing through study, having experience in life, all these things that have happened in my life, they get stored within your subconscious mind, and eventually those connections come together. And you start to have not just the beliefs, you have the feeling of just knowing and embodying it. And that's kind of where I've been for a while, is the embodied, I'm still living this life every day, don't get me wrong, but, when I really think about spirituality, I think about the embodiment of the all. And my evolving of spirituality, that has changed. It didn't used to be that way. So that's where I've been at in my belief system and what I've embodied. So, thank you.
That's epic, bro. Thank you so much for bringing that to us. I do want to remind everyone this is a safe place, and it will remain that way. And I only want you to bring to the table what you are comfortable and able to bring to the table. So, without further ado, Rubanus, if you would please, sir.
Right. Thank you for that. For me, it's always been my connection to the ether or the consciousness, and bringing the information that I get out to other beings. Just so everyone, not everyone, but just so people know within themselves that it exists out there. It doesn't matter what it is. And the validation also when people are hearing me, but also at the same time, they are understanding what has had happened. Not whether to them or it's more of a with them sort of thing. And those layers, I believe, allows us to, or that layer of understanding allows us to move forward in our spiritual journey. All the clairs and, intuitions and all that stuff, showing it to people, even if it's just friends or family or ourselves, it really heightens the experience of human existence. It's not all fun and games, and it's not all, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, or oh, that doesn't exist. It does exist. And I've seen it. And that's what I enjoy about our meetings and everything else. Just everyone, that's why people can say they love each other. The whole group, the whole entire, because we're all there. We're literally all there in the ether, I like to call it. Within that consciousness, we're all connected. And especially since even if you're here, especially if you're here right now. Anyways, I'm gonna turn it down here. That's enough.
Whew. That was epic, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I wanted to go to Tat for a moment, Eddie, if you don't mind, just for a moment, and acknowledge you're seen, Tat. You're here. We know you're here. We see what you're saying, and I appreciate your input. It can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be the way I'm asking it to the panel. Your experience is right for you, and that's all that matters. Understand that. Much love. Eddie, it is your turn. Take it away.
Why, thank you. You say to me when I was exposed to the world of layers. Is that fair? So I would say, let's go in a time machine back to the year 1999. I was a freshman in college. I was wearing corduroy pants and a flannel shirt and a t-shirt and a backwards hat because that's who I was. And I'd already been, down some rabbit holes, some stuff, some cool stuff, magic, this, yeah. But there was a summer moment where I was in my room, I remember vividly, and took a hero's dose of lysergic acid. And I had already done it before, and I had already done psychonautic travels through mushrooms and dextromethorphan or different avenues of what not said through safe transitions and traveling. But this experience was quite different. It was clear as day. I got medicated, got in a lotus position, and I was sitting down and put on some music. I put on the album The Doors by the band The Doors. And this album played on a CD. I remember, right, of course, it was CD case. I remember the CD player it was in right now. I can see it. I can hear it as it started up that moment. And doom 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 doom. Something happened, and sure as fuck wasn't the poetry. Everyone knows Jim Morrison was a lousy poet. He was a lousy singer. Something in the voice, though, jumped right into me that day, and it was shown to me visually, clear as day, physically, in a three-dimensional place, a layer that was clearly not superimposed upon this layer, but this layer is clearly superimposed upon that layer. And all of reality was a different color from that experience. I couldn't say that moment, because it was certainly a multiple-hour event. As I sat there in silence, I'm sure after that album, I think The Doors, that album's only 40 minutes long or such, I believe. And it took me. And I, since that day, and what I saw and could not translate, could not draw, could not recite, could not sing, could not dance that experience, communicate it to myself or anyone, let alone myself again. I've searched and I've looked and I've traveled and I've drank the teas and I've been with the excitements and led me down many places. Some very unhealthy, some amazing, some amazingly healthy. And I'm still looking for that lens, and it's not something I'm looking. It's the way I looked. I looked at the world that way. The world wasn't something different at all. It's the way I was able to see it at that time. And you get glimpses, and I'll land my plan on that.
Dude, at this point, you're flying the dang mothership. Like, I don't think that's a plane anymore. Thank you so much, Eddie. Like, that's epic. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, Benny. If you would please share with us some of your experience.
Sure, no problem. Thanks, Eddie. It's a pretty hard act to follow. Love it. Love a good challenge. All right, so for me, it started out, my whole life I've been trying to make sense of life, because nothing really made sense. But it really started like 4 years ago, started to really get to me, and I was really searching for the answers. And it was the searching for answers that made sense kind of led me down the path to rediscover who I really was, right? And find the layers within myself and the talents that I had that I didn't even know I had. That's the most profound part of this experience, was learning about myself and learning about who I really was. Instead of just thinking of who the world told me who I was finding out and rediscovering who I actually was, not who everybody thought I was supposed to be or what I was thought I was supposed to be. And that was probably the most profound part of this journey, was rediscovering myself and going in those layers, going down those dark places in my mind and figuring out why things weren't working and making them work in my life and making things around me make sense so that I could be happier and less calm and agitated, because I was pretty stressed out before, and that's what led me into this kind of journey. It was that pressure and that not being able to take it anymore that just was the straw that made me go down the path, as it were. And I wouldn't trade any of it for it, because of it I've gained so many new things that I love to do. Like, I channel poetry. Who knew I could do that? I didn't know, but I can, and it's an amazing thing to do. And you know, that's rediscovering yourself is probably the most beautiful part of this journey, and that's where I'm gonna land my plane.
That's awesome, Vinny. Swing, bada, bada, swing. That's epic. Y'all are knocking it out. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Hi, Miss Cassie. Go right on ahead.
Hello. Hello. It's hard for me to, like, the most astounding moment. I feel like there's been so many, but like each one tops the next.
How about this, Cassie? Remove any limitation, because I'm not here to limit you. I just want to talk to you. So remove any limitation you need to remove. Just give me an astounding moment.
Man. Well, even like just being in Soul Journey in Robin's live last night, and like doing like writing down people's birthdays, and then doing my weird style of numerology that I do now, that I kind of made up, but didn't, but did. Like every single time I do like certain numbers for somebody, and then like information gets channeled to me, where, you know, I see stuff and understand things or people in a whole different way. Like it's astounding every time. And even to this day, even whenever that stuff happens, I'm like, no freaking way, dude. Like, even if the same type of thing has happened 10 times, it's still astounding all 10 times. Like, it never stops being astounding. Like, that's probably like my favorite part of the whole journey, is that it never gets old. It never gets monotonous in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's ever changing, and it stays exciting. And for someone like me who has like a curiosity about everyone, everything, it's exciting just to have people that are willing to play along, I guess. Or let me have their birthday, and then let me, you know, do my numbers thing and use my intuition to see how much I can tell about people. And it's like every single time that I'm using my gifts and abilities and stuff, they grow more. So like every time that I get a chance to do these things, like it gets better and better and better, or I get more and more and more information. And so then it makes it just that much more exciting. I think that's probably like the best part of the whole thing, is like meeting so many cool people, and then every time I meet someone new or find someone that I'm super connected with, and you know, through all these weird synchronicities, like it's like the excitement that you feel whenever you find these things out. It's so cool, and it's always cool. It's kind of like being a kid and like getting to open up birthday presents like once a week. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I think, oh man, that's a good one, Cassie. Oh, that's such a good one. The community aspect of it. Man. That one's sticking. Like, that one's hitting with me. Like, I feel a channel on that. So I appreciate that. I'm gonna bring that channel to light later. Miss Becky.
Yeah, there's more like coming through, but I'm trying to like make sense of what I'm seeing or feeling at the moment, because it's all kind of jumbled. But there's more for that whole thing. So I'm not ready to land my plane, but I'll circle the airport for a few minutes while I simmer on that.
Yeah, for sure. It's for sure sitting there in that potential energy, Just let it flow how it flows. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Cassie. Miss Beth, it is your turn.
Okay, repeat the question for me one more time. I just got done. I was multitasking.
What is an astounding moment for you? Just, it doesn't have, don't limit yourself, but astounding moment for you in your experience that you had in correlation to the current topic, the layers of existence.
An astounding moment. Meeting y'all? Meeting the soul the family that connects with me. Realizing, that things are so much bigger than me. I think it was me coming to acceptance with, everything and nothing all at the same time. And it happens in moments, it happens in sparks, it happens in, most of the time it happens in a lot of y'all's rooms. What I'm working through now in my journey is self-worth, and when I tell y'all, y'all have been a catalyst for that, I could never tell y'all how grateful I am for y'all. Just being y'all. I think that was the biggest turnover for me, was when I kind of realized that I was the one harboring anger, I was the one harboring hate for everything. And then all it took was, a change of an adjustment of the lens to change that perspective to see how beautiful people are. And I think that's why a lot of why I'm here is because I want people to be able to see themselves how I see them. And I don't know if that answered your question, but that's what came to me in this moment.
That's beautiful, Beth. And there's no right or wrong answer, because it's your perspective, and I'm grateful for it. And yeah, you totally answered the question. You knocked it out the park.
I was making sure.
Yeah. We appreciate you. Much love, Beth. All right, Bryn, if you would please.
Well, instead of telling about it, why don't I just give you all an experience then, rather than talk about it? So I'm going to put something up in my background. Give me a second. And yes, it's going to be still image. Now all I want you to do is just, if you really look in the center of the dot, like right in the middle of that, just focus, yep, that'll work. Just focus right on that dot in the middle. And just relax your eyes, and then notice how the image starts breathing. And if you've noticed, the blue petals within, they start to expand out. They touch the outer circle, and then they come back in. And then they start to breathe again, and then they come back in. And this is actually a combination of 3 different yantras put on top of each other. The first yantra at the bottom is the yantra of Saturn. The next yantra after that is Venus. Then the one that's on top of that one is the moon. And this technique, when you're staring right in the center of it, is activating those 3 celestial bodies at once. So for Saturn, it's activating your ability to focus and be able to keep restraint in the moment. Venus is giving you the ability to see beyond the mundane and to see the beauty within it, and Moon to be nourished from the experience. So all three of those qualities are becoming active. I'm just looking at the center dot. And I'll share two more. The next one I'll share, this one is a combination of a yantra for Mahalakshmi and Venus. And like again, just focus in the center. And if you really look, you'll see the center dot somehow have a woman appear in the middle. And while looking at this yantra, it's activating the energy of Mahalakshmi, but also Venus, since Mahalakshmi in Tantra astrology is as well. It's associated with Mahalakshmi, Venus. So all of these correspondences weave together, creates this hyper focus of the energies related to Mahalakshmi. And the last one I'll share, this one will be, last and final one, it will be this one. This is a yantra combination for the Sun, Mars, and Mercury. Now this one may be a little bit more difficult to focus, but if you look right in the middle, you'll see the small red dot in between two triangles, the two green triangles in the middle. Just focus on that dot. And you're starting to see how there's arrows that are pointing like from the top triangle to the left and the right, and then there's two more pointing from the left and the right at the bottom of it. And you're just start to see yourself going that way, then I'll pull you back down, then back up, and then back down. And this one will increase your ability of, for the Sun, it'll make you become more aware of yourself and give you that inner flame to be more inspired to take action. The next one, it being for Mercury, will help you be able to think logically and apply your courses of action. And then Mars to actually input the physical action and to give you the willpower and strength to achieve whatever that is what you want to achieve. And this one and the last one, you can tell that they weren't really breathing that much, because this yantra is specifically focused to stay fixed, meaning that it's something to keep you sustained and going and going and going and going. Then for like the first one is meant to have you be able to breathe and take in the energy of Venus and Moon, and then breathe out, and that's the energy of your center coming in to release it. And bring it back in, and bring it back out. But yep, hope you enjoyed the little yantra dive and the whatnot.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that. And you had quite a few people commenting on it, and Willa said she loves your yantras, so there you go. But yeah, we appreciate it, Ben.
It's a part of Vedic astrology too. It's a part of it.
Yeah, and yeah, those who know me know I do love the charts. I do, because every tool you can utilize to better understand the system you're in, that much greater you can direct yourself on your path. I'll say it that way. All right. Our friend, our brother, Alien T. Hi. If you would do us the honors. Welcome up.
Yeah, I want to say, like when you do, Ash, when you do your roundtables, it's so deep, it's so personal. I love it. And I appreciate everybody for opening up and sharing. You know, I think the question wants to know what brought us to TikTok. A whole bunch of crap happened to me and brought me here. But like Beth said, I think I came for that, but I'm staying because of the people I met, like you guys, who keep me coming back. So I don't know what to share exactly. I don't know how deep to go. But I've always felt like my entire life as a child, I always felt like I was different. I had one foot on this side, one foot on that side. And always felt like, you know, I needed to show glimpses of the other side to those who can't see it for themselves. And that's what I'm doing here now. That's what keeps me coming back. Helping people find their true self, not telling them who they are, but helping them find who they are on their own. And that's all we can do, is we can only show people maybe a few tricks, a few, not tricks, I don't like that word tricks, but you know what I mean. Some tips maybe on how to introduce themselves to themselves. And once that happens, then, you know, the rest takes over and it's their own path. For me, it was, you know, as you guys know, it was losing my dad, my daughter moving out of the house, my only child, not a child anymore, losing my cat, who I loved, 16 years, and then the unexpected passing of my mom, all within 13 months. And a month later, I was on TikTok and started, you know, because I was drawn here, I was told to come here, told to show up, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I kept asking the universe, like, I see a bunch of people dancing and trends and like, what is this? Then I discovered religious talks, and then that was like, okay, that's not working. And then I found spiritual talks, which were much more enlightening, much more true to the path I knew I had to walk. So what's interesting for me is the messages from the other side during that 13-month period that I think has allowed me to keep my sanity to an extent through that. And yeah, I don't know how detailed you want me to go, Ash, but that's why I'm here. That was my opening.
Well, like I've said before, I only want you to go to your comfort level. This is social media. These lives do get posted to YouTube as well. So if you happen to miss it, we do post them. Chris, he's an all-star for that one, because Ash is not that tech savvy. But yeah, so as always, it's only to your comfort level, you know? I appreciate everything that you do choose to bring to the table.
Well, I will say just one more thing is when the universe decides to speak to you individually, you will receive it with the utmost clarity. There is no confusion. It's a beautiful download, upgrade, whatever you want to call it. It's an eye-opener, and just hold on to that. Be patient, and more will come. Maybe I'm a little older than everyone in this room, but that's what I found. I found that the universe will not forget about you. So don't rush it. Be patient. Enjoy every moment. And enjoy the ascension as it happens.
That is very well said, and we all appreciate you. I know I'm not just speaking for myself, you know. Yes, you're my friend, and I'm grateful and I love and appreciate you, but I know as a community, we all appreciate you, AT, and what you bring to this community. So, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Agreed.
Alright, guys. So, typically, in this last round, I would open it up to go around the table and allow y'all to ask anyone, each other, questions. We lost someone. Who did we lose? Dang it. Oh, Bren. No, wait, he's still here. I don't know who we lost. We'll
Eddie.
figure that out. Eddie. Ah, Eddie. Gotcha. Keep your eye out for him. Before I go to that segment, I kind of wanted to just go ahead and share one of mine. Like others, I don't know that I would say it was the most profound, but I know it was profound. And it's recently been brought back to my awareness, so I think I will go ahead and share that now. I was in a state of ascension where I went into a deep trance meditation and decided to initiate a shamanic journey in that moment to give me greater clarity on the energies I could feel coming in. And I reached because I had nothing stopping me. And I experienced what Drea very lovingly and kindly once referenced as tearing a hole through the fabric of reality, of existence. I made an express elevator straight to the divine, connecting in through that vibration, and seeing everything only after, and realized that it was there and what I had actually done. That one took me, well, I'm still processing it to this day, but that one took me some time to recover from. Anyhow, we're going to continue forward with our last round here and open up and go around the table. Any questions, commentary, any questions you might have for the other panelists based on something they've said, information-wise, any expansion that's needed. If you would, please start us off. Go ahead, Chris.
And if I don't have any questions, can I just do some final thoughts? Or...
Sure.
Okay. So, all right. So I don't really have any questions for anybody. I just, when I think about the layers of existence, I really think about just the fractalization of everything. I mean, from the smallest particle that makes up an atom that makes up us, the universe, from energy to matter to be able to experience how we are. And, it's amazing, really. And it makes it to where, like, if we're looking at even a database that's collecting data at so many different facets within the same experience, and it's amazing. So just that being collected within the all is all these different experiences coming together. A lot of people experience it within different levels of Akashic records, and they have these profound experiences to kind of see the collection of everything, and it's kind of like the funnel of data. Urbanus likes to talk about information a lot, and that's what it is. It's just constant flow of information. So, but I love these discussions. I love all you guys. I mean, really, I go to a lot of different lives. I don't go up in the panel a lot of lives, but all of you have amazing things to say. I've literally learned something from every single one of you that's in this panel, and it's amazing. So we all do grow together. I think we all kind of find a little bit of insight within each other and find that connection. So just want to say much love to everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the night.
Thank you, Chris. All right, Willow, IT asked if we could hear your answer before going around the whole table and doing our final thoughts. So if you're down for it, if you would please, ma'am, share with us a profound moment that you experienced this topic, the layers of existence.
Yes, I can do that. Hi, everybody. Okay, so there's a little tiny bit of a backstory here. I was raised to be connected. I was never told that I shouldn't be, or that I can't be, or that I wasn't. Instead, it was encouraged. So I think for me, it's a little bit different. Maybe not, though, because we all are here to learn our own lessons in our own way. But when I was 19, I looked at my mother and I said, I need to go figure some stuff out, and so I'm going to go. And she said, well, where are you going to go? I said, I'm not sure, but I'll let you know that I'm okay. And for the next 4.5 years, I was on a vision quest, for lack of a better term. I hitchhiked, right? I didn't have a car or anything like that. So I hitchhiked around the country for 4.5 years. And during that time, there were many, many profound experiences, but I think the biggest takeaway that I had from that is that I experienced oh my God, every time, dude. I experienced all the levels of humanity. So, and I mean all the levels, all of them. And because I had that experience, right? So from the kindest, most compassionate, empathic people that you can possibly think of, to someone that you would consider the dregs of the earth, right? Soulless type of people. And what I discovered is that you can feel it, right? You can feel, oh my God, my dogs. I'm sorry, you guys. Every single time I start to talk, my dogs will bark. It's a thing. But I've carried that experience with me throughout my life. And because I experienced it so young, right? And these things that could not possibly be explained, I cannot possibly explain them. This one time I was at a Widespread Panic show in New Orleans on Halloween. And my birthday is just a few days after. And I was, in New Orleans. And I said, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go to Arkansas and mine crystals because I'd heard about it, like mine crystals. And so I left the next day on the 1st, right, on November 1st, and I was hitchhiking. And you never really know when you're hitchhiking, right? You don't know who you're going to get into a car with. You don't know if they're a good person or bad. You don't even know if they're going to take you. You don't even know if you're going to survive the situation, right? But I was like, nope, I got a mission, right? I got to go to Arkansas and mine crystals. So through all of that, I made it to Arkansas. I managed to find the one free mine in Mount Ida, Arkansas. And I got there at 6 a.m. on November 4th, which is my birthday. And I spent the day pulling crystals out of the ground with my bare hands, which I do now where I live. It's a little bit different. It's not as large. And time stopped in that moment. And that was also the one of the reasons where I was like, time is an illusion. You know, this whole thing is an illusion. It has to do with the control of the person, because if you can control the person, you control their consciousness and their level of awareness. And so that was another layer that was discovered. But the layers of humanity are really what has given me such profound insight and allowed me to hone my intuition through the rest of my life.
Can I speak on that? I just want to say I live 2 hours from Mount Ida, and I go there all the time. It's amazing. And the free place that you went to, like, there is actually really good stuff there. It's nice. But there's like a lot of mines around there. So if you ever come back, hit me up. I can at least tell you like which places have opened up some good pockets, you know.
I will. I'm actually planning another road trip because I love traveling is like my lifeblood. So I'm going to be coming on a road trip as soon as I have a VW, a Vanagon, naturally, that's broken down, of course, right? So she's being fixed right now. There's only a couple more things I need to replace on her, and then she'll be good to go. And then I'll be heading out probably to come back to Arkansas because I really do want to have that experience. You guys, I can't even begin to explain it. You know, the sun was shining. It was so beautiful. There was like, it looked like glitter all over the ground. And I was like, what's that? And I jumped down this little hill and there's all of these beautiful crystals. And I had a dog at the time and she dug up her own and I made her a little hemp, like net bag so I could attach it to her collar. And like the entire time stopped. I was like, it's gotta be like 5 o'clock. It was like 8 in the morning. I'm like, oh my God. It was super cool.
If I can expand upon your experience then in that realm, if you want to have this experience here in Arkansas as well, there's a place in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and it is, well, when you get into Eureka Springs, you can literally feel the fog, the way it literally distorts time. And there in Eureka Springs, it's a beautiful town, beautiful shopping experience, but it also houses the Crescent Moon Hotel. And if you're into any kind of paranormal investigation or anything like that, check it out. It's epic.
Yes, I'm down for as many experiences as I can possibly experience in this lifetime. I have an insatiable quest for knowledge and for experience and for learning. So anything that I can do, nothing is too lowly, nothing is too, lofty, and nothing, nothing is something worth doing sometimes. So there's that too.
Heck yeah.
Same.
Right. In that same area, I actually had one of my pretty bizarre stories. I won't go into it, but I had a pretty unique experience in a cave system there where you can actually pay and take the tour and go down into the caverns and see cave drawings and different assortments, and they even have like a saber-toothed tiger fossil, and it's epic. But yeah, going into that area, it is very geometric for sure. All right, we're gonna keep on going down the list though. Over to Rabanus. You with us?
Yes, I am. Yeah, the only thing I don't have the questions. Actually, you know what? I do have a question. It for some reason, like Willow, you seem like someone a Romani or a Gypsy culture, like back in the day. Was that a thing? And everyone else, is so glad to be a part of this. I was gonna say society, but this group, and it's like everyone's information, everyone's perception of reality, and everyone's energy tonight has been beautiful and wonderful, and I'm glad I got to experience it. But yeah, Willow, was that? Oh, have you heard my question?
Yes, I heard your question. As far as I know, in my lineage, there is no Romani, but I am quarters, right? Which is interesting. I'm not a Heinz 57 quite. I am Irish, Lithuanian, Wampanoag, and English. And the Irish part, I'm a direct descendant of Grace O'Malley, who's the Pirate Queen of Ireland. Yar. But of course, there's a lot of travel, right, involved. And I believe that every single one of us is a traveler. I really do. There was a point in time when all of our continents were one. And then as they started to split, there was also land bridges, and we began to travel, we began to migrate to different places. And the only thing that stops us now is the fear of not being able to provide for ourselves. But let me tell you, there's not really any. I lived inside of a redwood tree stump for like 3 months in the redwoods north of Arcata, California, and that was really cool. And sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes you're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but everything always is provided for you as long as you can look at it from a different lens, right? From a different perspective, and release your expectations. So I think that was kind of like a weird, twisted answer to your question. But the direct answer is, as far as I know, I do not have any Romani, but I love to travel.
Cool. That's all. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pirate Queen.
That's epic, yo. Alright. Thank you so much for answering, Willow, and thank you, Rabanus. We appreciate you. Alright, Vinny, it is your turn. Oh, before we go to Vinny, one moment real quick. Beth, I seen your message. Hope all is well. Sending you much love. You know we love you. And now to Vinny, if you would please.
Okay. To Willow, actually, when you were saying that, like you said, it seemed like it went by so much quicker than it actually is. What you did there was you were present in the moment. And when you're present in the moment, so much more magic happens. And that's the thing I always remember along this journey, is to enjoy the little things and, just try to be as present as you can so you don't miss anything. And you're not worrying about the future, and you're definitely not worrying about what happened yesterday. And I guess I'll leave you guys with this because this has been an amazing experience. The host, you've done an amazing job. I like the way you do the questions and go around. That's a very nice approach. This has been very fun. I've learned a lot from everybody, and it's been an amazing experience. So I'll leave you guys with this. In life, you can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you create the cycles to make a better choice that leads to happiness. So make the choice to be great and go with love. And that's all I got.
Much love, much love. Is that a Vinny original, or is that a channel, or just a favorite quote?
It actually came off a video of a 5-year-old saying that. But as I looked at it and, kind of, I guess, digested it, I guess I added to it a little bit. So,
Yeah, that's epic. That's epic. You took it into your awareness and brought it forward to us from your perspective. So,
Well,
we
that's
appreciate it.
what we do, right? That's what we do. We transmute stuff, right? Good or bad, we transmute it so that we can share it. And that's how we create the world around us and the reality that we want to see around us. And that's what I try to do every day.
Right on. Live about it. Be about it. Heck yeah. All right, Miss Cassie, welcome in.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
Sorry, I was readjusting like my area where I was sitting and working, and so 'cause I had my laptop and stuff that I was working on some stuff, and yeah, I wanted to get more comfortable. So I completely spaced from earlier when I was like, I'm gonna marinate on that for a little bit, and then I was, but then I got busy, so I'm not really sure how one led into the other, but it did. But anyway, it's been a great night, you guys. Thank you for having me up. If it comes to me, I will let you know. In the meantime, just keep being yourselves. Do some good in somebody's life. And smile. Smile a little. That's it. Love yourself and each other.
Oh, we appreciate you, Cassie. And I'm really enjoying getting to know you. And
Oh, likewise.
all right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I know you kind of just jumped right into the frying pan, and that's how I tend to do things. So
That's kind of how it goes, especially in the South. You know, that's how it's just a swim. They just toss you in and hope you make it. So it's kind of the same. And it's worked so far for most of us, I believe. So sometimes you just gotta have someone that's willing to help you rip the Band-Aid off.
hey, well, look, you told me you were my new best friend, so stick around.
That's what I'm doing. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Bryn, it is your turn. Your final thoughts, any questions, any commentary? Thank you for being with us here tonight.
Nope. I don't have any questions, but the one thing that I will say, and this is something that I feel everybody should always remember, it's that life is meant to be enjoyed as much as possible, as long as possible. And if anything is not giving you that, meh with it. Just get meh with it. Meh, you don't need that. If it's not bringing you enjoyment, just out the window with it. Because it's not allowing you to experience divinity as it's intended. Like a wish come true. That's the best I got.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I recently was having a conversation with a group of ladies and a couple of the others that a part of the community here. I think it was yesterday actually. where I was literally discussing the power behind some of the most simplest messages you hear us repeat in our community. Like, take what resonates, leave the rest. Meaning, take what's actually meant for you, what resonates with your soul, from the information that you are perceiving that makes your soul vibrant, that makes it grow. And don't occupy your awareness with what doesn't. Keep yourself open to receiving what makes you grow and what you resonate with. So, yeah, I highly appreciate you bringing that to the table, Bryn. We all do. I see it, yeah. All right. Alien T, my friend.
Amazing, Ash, as always. So I've got a question, a suggestion maybe, and a final thought. So my question is, this music is perfectly, what's the volume you have it set at, please? Because I always have it too loud or too low.
I'm
If you
telling
don't,
you, man. The magic is go to the last selection, which is the gentle, and then turn it to a volume level 2.
oh wow, that's a 2. Okay, so 2 or 3 max I would do. All right, I usually go 5 or 6. That's too loud. Thank you for that. So my suggestion is please let everyone know when you do your reading lives, because Tat in the comments was asking about tarot, and I think you do tarot or oracle, and I know you're going live, so maybe let everyone know.
Sure, yeah. So yes, I do both. I am an oracle. You can catch my actual reading lives are going to be Monday through Thursday from noon to 2. That's Central Standard Time. And I do, like I said, oracle readings, tarot readings, intuition training, spiritual discussion, and it is also a safe space. You can buy a reading from me during that time as well if you wish to do so.
Yeah. And Ash, I'm going to be doing another reading live. I remember the one you were involved with Earthy and Robin, and that was everyone loved it. I think I'm being pressed to do another one. If you would be available and would like to be part of that, that would be great.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. I'd love to do that. That's always fun.
All right. And as for final thoughts, I just want to, show appreciation to everyone in this room. And, I see many of you guys on a daily basis. This would be not a bad addiction to have, if we can call it that. I don't know what to call it. I call it a calling, something that compels us to gather. Don't ever feel that your efforts are for naught. I honestly believe in the power of gathering and having discussions like this, because I think we are affecting on a very mass scale a shift. We are contributing to a shift in consciousness for the entire planet. And I know that sounds maybe grandiose, but hey, I know I've been pulled to be here. I know most of you guys have been as well. Don't ever doubt that, because there is a bigger picture and we're all part of it. And I'm just happy to be a part of it with all of you. I appreciate you guys.
Love you, AT. Oh my gosh. He's so awesome, y'all. And we appreciate you too. Thank you. And most definitely, I know I was called to be here. So I'm honored to answer that call. Miss Willow, if you would please give us your final thoughts. Any questions, any commentary?
No questions, but I am grateful for the space and all the people who are all here sharing and participating in the energetic connection. I appreciate that. I love it. The final thought that I have is, oh my God, see, every time, you guys, every time. The final thought that I have is that we just need to remember that we are not here to practice light supremacy. It's only our conditioning that makes us afraid of the dark. And that's the darkness within ourselves, right? Our shadow, or whatever you want to call it. It's also a period of growth, right? Because plants grow in the night. The seed sprouts in the darkness. And remember the correlation between the layers of humanity and the layers of earth. It's all necessary for us to learn what we need to learn in this lifetime. And it's so varied because we're all apertures of the entire cosmos. So it's kind of a cool thing to be evolutionary energy and all connected. So yeah, thank you guys for being here and for having the space. And yeah, love you.
Miss Willow, thank you. We appreciate you. So, I've been obviously thinking about this topic for a little while now, and I gratefully watched a documentary with my partner and was going through the 7 stages of the Cruciferians, I think is how you said it. And I've seen the synchronicities with other stages that were also set up in the same way. And then I was connecting with Starseed family and receiving still through the Lionsgate light codes and all that fun stuff that's been coming in. And then I was connecting with Willa. I appreciate you bringing that in, really. The segue of that was brilliant. Naturally, though. I've been looking at, like, the primordials, going back to before Gaia was even a planet, had even made Earth, and seeing Nyx and the connection with the Dark Sophia, the shadow aspect of the crystalline Sophia, and how that connected in. And just watching the synchronicities and recognizing that there's no segregation. They honor each other as divine. They recognize each other as divine. Nyx goes on to create 2 children with her consort that are literally light. The sun, divine. It's all divine. It's all the one. The beauty of the layers in my eyes and what I have gratefully been able to see and experience is that we are all the one. The creator is the ultimate artist. The layers exist because the creator loves the beauty of its creation. It loves contrast. It loves flow. It loves to create. And boy, am I grateful to be a part of it all. With all of you. unraveling the art that we see. Thank you guys for being here. Go ahead, Ravanas, go ahead.
Sorry, everyone. Something came to me. How many times on how many different planets has this happened already? This realization of information. How many times? Our whole
That's an
entire
aft. See, you wait the
Crazy.
entire life, my friend.
I know, I'm sorry.
My family, my soulkin. You wait this entire life to come out the gate with that out your pocket.
I know. Wait a minute.
So to segue into our next week's topic, our next Sunday's topic, guys, is actually the hint of balance. And, well, pull out your thesaurus and look at other meanings to the word, other words that mean balance. Because that's kind of the direction we're going to be going in. And Urbanus, I don't think there is actually a 3D physical number to represent the answer of that question. That's just the truth of it.
I'm just joking, Urbanus.
Love everybody.
Good night, guys. Much love. Thank you all for being here with us. We will see y'all same place, same time, next Sunday. Much love.